Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. Today, we're going to be talking about HBAR, pretty much the pullback, what's happening with it, kind of go in depth on what's happening in the overall market as well, and really kind of addressing a few concerns that I do have. But overall, before we jump into this video, I just want to ask you guys, if you hold HBAR, what are you looking forward to seeing in the future for the price? Also, how long do you plan on holding? And also, if you are an HBAR bearian, definitely smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to turn notifications on to never miss an upload. So overall, the market has pulled back a little bit. We do see it is up currently about 3.74%, sitting at around a $2.11 trillion market cap. Bitcoin is ranging around the $47,000 range. Ethereum lost $3,400. Obviously, you know, HBAR did dip a little bit. It's currently trading at around 42 cents itself. Now, we're going to talk about that pullback because a lot of people are obviously getting a little bit panicky. They don't know what's happening. Just know that the entire market is red. Pretty much almost every altcoin except a few ones are red right now. HBAR is not different. I almost wanted to say HBAR Barian, but HBAR is no different. Still sitting at number 41, down about 10.51%. So it is down a little bit more significant than most assets, but even Tezos is down 11.69%. We even see, FTX is down about 8.48%. So overall, the overall market looks fairly red today, nothing too crazy. I'm not too concerned. Obviously, we'll probably see a little bit more of a sell-off going into the weekend. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that. We could even see a green weekend, though, depending on how it goes. But overall, HBAR does not look any, different. We have lost a significant amount of volume. We are down about 50% on the volume. If you were looking for a solid entry point, I would wait a little bit, possibly. We could re-dip down to about 42.52. Which we're basically at almost right now. But overall, we're going to address a few concerns on the support and also the resistance points and really kind of talk about that. But before we jump into everything like that, if you guys do want more insights that I don't actually have on this channel, it's more so specific to what I really wanted to get into for a lot of people who are asking me questions about specific details, specific things that I'm going to do. I do have a website, NCashOfficial.com, where I do have a lot of my overall strategies that I'm going to be doing, what I will be doing, how I do specific things. You guys could get all of these if you wanted to on my website, NCashOfficial.com. These aren't courses or anything. These are more so my strategies, specific things that I do to actually get into exit strategies or even finding gems or portfolio insights. All that kind of stuff is on there if you guys want that. Again, you don't need to purchase all this stuff. Like, most of this stuff I do have a little bit of an insight on my channel already, and most of this stuff you could already learn on YouTube anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you guys purchase it or not. I'm just saying it is there if you guys want it. So obviously with HBAR, I'm watching the RSI closely here as we look like we are back testing a little bit support on the RSI. I actually have two horizontal lines set up here. So one is at 60.82 overall. Now this would be the bottoming cycle or the bottoming point from September 10th. I think overall we could see us back test that before we do see a little bit more higher bounce on the RSI, probably retest 82.29 to actually officially break out of that. Now obviously we could back test a little bit more, but this looks like a solid resistance point from going back to August 25th as well. So this would be a solid retest down here, and obviously it looks like we are retesting the MA10 or the 10-day MA or moving average, if you want to call it that. Overall, I also have the 7-day moving average up there, which we officially broke, which I was expecting us to hold it because it was sitting around the 44-cent zone as a major support zone, but it looks like we bounced off of some support here at around 41 cents as expected. I told you guys that 41 cents looks like a solid support zone. Obviously, there could be a little bit more here in regards to a little bit more of a pullback slightly. We could retest the MA10 exact. That would be, pretty specific if I was going to completely be honest with you, because that would be a 40-cent pullback. It would be down to 40 cents exact, not a 40-cent from our current levels down to 2 cents. But hey, that would be great for a buying Bitcoin. But overall, the chart looks fairly good. I mean, obviously we had a pullback, right? We had to have that solid pullback happen. It happens pretty much on everything, right? You look at Solana, you look at ADA, you look at anything, and it has to pull back. When we look at what happened with the price on HBAR, so even from the bottoming point here, we could just go to the top of this candle up here. So this was roughly about 163.28% pullback. And then everybody thought that that was it. All right, we're going right to the moon. We're going to $1 plus. That is not how this market works. But I will say this, we will be moving a lot faster once the market kind of stabilizes. But this is roughly only a 30% drop. And I get it. 30% is significant. If you shorted this, that would be incredible, whatever the case may be. But listen, overall, when we talk about this, 30% from 163%, that's totally fine and welcoming. Now, say for so we don't go off of this bottom candle, maybe we just go off of the support bounce, right? So here's the support bounce, 117%, 30% overall, roughly about 85% still in profit point from this point here. So overall, this pullback is nothing too significant. It's nothing too concerning either. I even tweeted out saying that we haven't really lost much technical support. The RSI still looks fairly good, almost looks kind of oversold in my opinion. I think that we are more than ready to rebounce off of this. Who knows if the weekend will bring us that bounce that we really need. I think if we could see Bitcoin kind of range over the weekend, I think that would be very good. If the market could stabilize over the weekend, that would be very good for HBAR's overall health in terms of the chart, also in terms of even the price chart. Now, obviously, we need a little bit more volume, right? We need more volume pressure because the volume is down. It's down about 49.62%. So obviously, I'm watching the volume here as I do want to get us back into like the $1 billion plus volume because a lot of people are taking a little bit more money out. But overall, if we go to the 4-hour time zone, so I really want to look at the 4-hour here because this is very specific in regards to what is actually happening. So obviously we do see that, we tried to regrasp about the 43-cent support zone. It really wouldn't hold. And again, here we go. Look at the RSI here. So the RSI looks like it's trying to get a little bit of a retest bottom, most likely down here at about 34.96, if you will. Now this is on the 4-hour time zone, so please do not worry too much about this. But overall, we could see a little bit more downward pressure if we wanted to, or if the market would allow it. Now, in regards to what I'm currently seeing in the chart here, so when we look here, so let's actually get rid of the percentages on the screen. So when we look here at the 4-hour span, it looks like we could be coming down and actually retesting this 41-cent zone exactly. And this is actually a solid support zone, even going back to moves to what our all-time high is currently, which this is showing about 57 on the 4-hour span, which is a little bit weird to me, but it doesn't matter. Overall, when we look here, we do know that 41 cents is a strong support. I actually said on Twitter that we could see a little bit of a dip to 44 to about 46 cents, which is totally fine. I mean, we dropped down a little bit more below that. I'm totally welcoming this overall. If you wanted to buy this, this is a pretty strong buy zone for me personally. It is still below the old all-time high, but still, when we talk about what is happening right now on this chart, it still looks very good to break out still. I mean, it's just a slight pullback. 30% is not much at all in this market, as you guys probably know. We're still in solid demand zones. We are still in that 41 cent, to about 46 cent chop zone overall. Things still look good on this chart overall. Now, when we talk about the market, right, we want to obviously talk about Bitcoin as well. So let's actually get into Bitcoin. Let's actually talk about it. So Bitcoin looks like it's bouncing off of support. Looks like it's found some support at 46.8K. So hopefully this isn't broken. If this level is broken, this means bad news for HBAR as well. It means bad news for the entire market realistically, because it means that we probably will retest 46K, but I think that we will ride the 50-day MA train, which is sitting around 46.3K. Again, I think the health of the market looks fairly good to still get back in place for possibly the 27th of September. I know that we could have seen it earlier. Who knows? I'm just watching this weekend closely. This weekend could get a little bit volatile as Bitcoin dominance is ranging on some resistance right now. It did break a little bit above it, but it couldn't hold it, and it didn't want to retest 42.67%. Now, in regards to Bitcoin dominance, we also see Ethereum dominance plunging a little bit, kind of coming down to retest something. Maybe, you know, it will retest the 100-day MA down at 18.46%. But obviously with this, we also see Ethereum kind of trading still in that chop zone. But now we do see it breaking a little bit of the resistance point, trying to get down to that 50-day MA at about $3,200 exact. So overall, what am I seeing in regards to Ethereum? Ethereum dominance, Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance. I'm seeing more so a lot of people kind of looking into Bitcoin. We're seeing a little bit of a sell-off on Bitcoin with Bitcoin dominance ranging a little bit. So obviously it's going to bring, you know, altcoins, especially HBAR, down a little bit more. I think that realistically speaking, HBAR was more than ready to kind of pop from here, but Bitcoin brought it down to test some more support. I think that we range most likely around the support zone of about 40 cents to 46 cents. I think that we pretty much range in that chop zone for a little bit of time before the RSI kind of bottoms out here, and then obviously we pretty much retest the all-time high up at 58 cents to officially break it and go much higher. Now, obviously, the biggest call for concern is the dollar right now, as the dollar is ranging higher here. I'm hoping for us to kind of top out somewhere around here. Even going back to, you know, April, I think that this would be great if we topped out around 93.44%. Hopefully we do not go higher than that. That will probably be a big problem for us. The indices today closed fairly red, nothing too crazy, but we did see the NASDAQ have some volatile price action, down about 130, almost 4 points. We also see the Dow Jones down about 166.4 points. And then the S&P 500, for what it is worth, I haven't really seen too much volatile price action with it, but it is down about almost 41 points. So realistically speaking, HBAR's technicals look fairly strong. I think that it's just kind of retesting, having a slight pullback, which is totally healthy in my mind, especially when you look at other things. Like, we could actually kind of take a look real quick at Solana, just to give you guys an insight on Solana, right? We did pull back here and there on the way up. So let's actually go to the 4-hour span and then look at what happened. So even on the upward momentum, right, there was pullbacks here and there, and when we actually look here, we can go from the top of this candle to the bottom here. So this was roughly about a 22% pullback. I know that the candle's not exactly on the top of this one, so it roughly 22%. And then we also had a little bit of it was kind of a drawn out one here, but this was 20% as well. We also see even from the top of this candle, now here's that major pullback, right? So this was roughly about, again, 21% almost. Then we had some volatile price action up here with Bitcoin, down about roughly, again, 33, almost 34%. So overall, when we talk about pullbacks, why they are needed, why they are healthy, what it just allows us to go much higher. And I think this goes for even Bitcoin, it goes for Ethereum, it goes for any altcoin in this market. Pullbacks are totally welcoming and they are totally fine. And throughout this entire process up here, the RSI was bottoming out. It was reaching support. You can even see here on this bottom point on the 24th of August. Look at where it bottomed out at. It bottomed out on the May 18th high. So even when we talk about August 24th, look at August 24th, here it is. So it kind of looks like HBAR is kind of doing the same thing. We're waiting for the RSI to kind of bottom out, hit a support zone, and rebounds off of it. I think that that support zone is down here, and we are nearing it. So overall, I don't think that we need to be in pain too much longer. I think that that overall will change very soon. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications. Not if you guys don't want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, guys, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.